Hey guys, I've been sharing stuff on my other channel, Cajun Preps, that are just quick little tidbits that are easy to share, pertinent information with what's happening nowadays. I haven't put out as many as I want to partially because of my work schedule and partially because the information trickles in so fast that it's just hard to keep up. Um, by the time I'm able to vet some information, a lot of times it's no longer important. We've already moved on to something else. Just things are just happening so fast. But the reason why I'm here is because I think, and I'm going to have to choose my words very carefully to not draw attention from the censors. But that's kind of what I want to talk about here. I need to reach a larger audience, and I'm just not able to do that on the Prepsteader channel. Now, the reason why I'm here talking to you about this stuff, and I'm going to try to keep it somewhat brief, but I really want to try to cover everything. The censorship of big tech is really getting out of control, and I don't see it stopping on its own anytime soon. So it's only a matter of time before it really starts affecting the whole prepper, homesteader, survivalist, everybody who does things on their own, self-sufficient, and broadcasts that and teaches other people. It's going to be affecting us very soon. When you have people in power who decide that anybody who opposes their initiative, and it really is an initiative to keep people dependent on the government. I mean, look around. That's obvious. They see us as their enemies. You may even say that they consider us the resistance. Well, you know what? Mark me down as part of the resistance. Amy and I, we've been prepping for longer than we've been homesteading. We started noticing and seeing the need for being self-sufficient probably about 8 years ago. This is 2021. I don't know if you may be watching this somewhere in the future, but and then again, maybe none of this is relevant by then, but I strongly believe that we are in the fight of our lives right now. Our freedoms are being just squashed and stepped on and slowly eroding. It won't be long before even Christians are no longer allowed to share their faith if things keep progressing the way they are. I truly believe that. There are some things that are coming down the pipe in my news feeds and whatnots, and they're extremely troubling. I'm making this video today is July 25th, I think it is. It's Sunday. Maybe the 24th. I'm not sure. Whatever the case, Sunday, late July, 2021. And a very good friend of mine posted yesterday that the medical field, I shared it on Facebook. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you'll be able to see that. But it's something is coming down that's going to affect the people who practice medicine, doctors, nurses, those people. It's likely to cause a big walkout by September. And that's going to affect a lot of things. That's going to affect all of us, whether regardless of what you believe. Our freedoms are being taken away, slowly, methodically. I live in Southwest Louisiana, where we were just devastated by two major hurricanes last year, Hurricane Laura and Hurricane Delta. And then on top of that, we had the ice storm in February, and then there was flooding in Lake Charles again a few months ago. I think it was May. Well, the mayor, Nick Hunter, is fighting to get federal aid to Lake Charles because he says it still has not arrived. And pretty soon, we're here almost a year later after Hurricane Laura, which was the first major disaster, and it was major. Category 4, almost Category 5 hurricane, just anyway. Almost a year later, and there's lots and lots of structures in Lake Charles that are still not repaired. A lot of that has to do with insurance, fighting with insurance companies, and fighting to get aid. It's just a bad situation. So for us, on top of the COVID shutdowns and regulations and restrictions and all that stuff, we've got this going on too. So it's really been difficult for us, because even though we don't live in the city, we are definitely affected. Our homestead, my family, we are affected by all that too, because Lake Charles is our nearest city where we like to go shopping, and we like to help out the small businesses, and several of the small businesses, between the COVID restrictions and the hurricane damage, they've closed permanently. So you might be asking yourself, well, if they're going to come after me because I'm a homesteader, or I'm self-sufficient, or I'm a prepper, or whatnot, whatever, what can I do? Well, first of all, don't stop doing what you're doing. Being self-sufficient and not relying on the people that are oppressing you is the main way to fight nonviolently. Also, it would be a good idea to get involved on a local level. I've seen lots of videos recently, video clips at least, where parents are attending school board meetings, and those meetings really get fiery. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle for me here on this platform, because mentioning certain things can get the video taken down, and so it's kind of that's a communication barrier between me and you, the viewer. But we have to try our best to overcome that. So because of that, I can't really pinpoint the things that are happening that we need to fight against. Just be aware, stay away from mainstream news, because that's where the indoctrination and the propaganda is happening. I really believe that they're creating this beast. It's like it's a four-headed beast that includes big government, big tech, big pharma, and big media, being the news. And it's this huge propaganda machine, and if we allow it to happen, It's going to have these large, long-reaching tentacles into our schools. Um, with long-reaching tentacles into our schools and various places to indoctrinate our children. And that's what we need to really watch for, because as parents, I know me, if somebody tries to mess with my kids, they're going to have trouble. On that note, that's another thing that you can do to help fight the, well, on that note, that's another step that you can take. Consider homeschooling your kids if you're not already. Even if it's an online virtual charter academy like what we use with our kids, that'll give you more control, more involvement. Let me say that. More involvement in how your kid learns. When it comes to your medical decisions, be sure and stay really involved in that, because when you think about it, a doctor is really no different from any other profession. You hire that person to provide you a service. You are their boss. They may know better than you in many cases, but do your research, learn what you can to where you can have an active discussion with that medical professional. I'm going to go ahead and stop here because I've got some other things that I need to take care of. But if you have any questions, let us know down in the comments. Do all the normal YouTube stuff, subscribe, like, share. Let your friends know that they are not alone. We are so much more numerous than what the establishment wants us to believe. God bless.